right now. One of these days, I'm just going to break down and just get to right. All right. Yeah. Hello, YouTube. I know I'm on early today. We're just going to wait for people to chime in somewhat. Hopefully, everyone will be chiming in. Different subject today, but it may lead to the one person we've been talking about last couple of live streams and all that stuff. But he's not the only one, so we'll talk about other people here on the internet. We're going to be talking about the greed and entitlement we hear and see here on not just YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all that stuff. Didn't miss much. We just got started here. I'm kind of early today on this, Brandon. We're going to be talking about entitlement and greed, not just here on YouTube, but TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and other video streaming, and just in the internet in general, and all that stuff, and all that crazy stuff, and what could get you in hot water, something like that. So, like I said, I've been watching YouTube videos for a long time, and I do sometimes. I I'm going to say I could be guilty of this too, but at least I'm not entitled to it. And that basically on my last couple live streams over on my main channel when I was heading out to Vegas, I I'm going to be talking about YouTube goals here in a second too, what that could lead and that. So. I'm surprised not a whole lot of people use it, to tell you the truth, in that. So, because that's good. It's a thing YouTube wants you to have to make more money, but a lot of people sees it as a negative, as a possible form of what they call e-baiting and that. So that's another topic that we're going to be talking about too, and all that stuff. So it's going to be a very interesting live stream, and like I said, it just leads you to lose your channel one way or another, and it's not. It's just way you con your audience out of the harder money, anywhere from demanding money, greedy, telling you probably gonna if you quit YouTube if you don't donate X amount or something like that, you're not gonna get no more live streams, whatever. Then you got some people will decided, well, if you can't beat them, join them, and we know a couple of channels that one guy is currently in Canada serving jail time because he defrauded his audience. Say donate to this channel, it'll be one less money to that channel, and we'll donate the money to St. Jude. The smartest person knows, and you go donate to St. Jude, you go to St. Jude's website and you go to find that search button called donate through their official website. You can donate there. But yes, I have seen a channel con their audience out of a lot of money, claiming it's for St. Jude, found out it was in his bank account and never came out of it. And right now he got himself in legal hot water over that situation, which is never good. The e-begging always is a headache here on all the video platforms, demanding money, shaking money out of their videos and audience. You can see that their attitudes has changed over the years and all that stuff. If you know the Berg Show is still around, yes, he is still around, and yes, he still does it once in a while, and he still lives with his parents. But I don't know what he's gonna do when his parents pass away. Yeah, the Berg Show. He still does it. I'm not. I think it just got boring for me to watch and that. And he was. If you remember Elvis Travels, he was the biggest e-bagger online. Nomad Fanatic was another one. There's quite a few channels. Elvis Travels lost his channel because he got so greedy, got so entitled, and he demanded. He did false copyright strikes on somebody else's channel and they own the content, 100% own the content, it's not because he said he was on those videos that makes him owning the video, but he didn't make the video. So he did like 128 false claims, and he lost his channel because they were all false claims. He lost his channel all in one failed swoop, and that. So he got his more than three strikes. He had 128 strikes right back on his channel. His channel is no more. He can't get monetized any way, shape, or form. He tried other video platforms, and people just turn him in for this and that, and he just all that crazy stuff. It's just living the entitlement. And I always tell people, if you're planning to starting up a YouTube channel, you're going to have to grind it out. It's always best to have a full-time job as a backup and don't be so greedy in that. I wonder what Elvis is doing. He's off and on Facebook, but I'm not for sure what name he goes under on Facebook. He still thinks he's entitled to being on YouTube. He's still precious. He tried to get his legal forms going to get back on YouTube and other video platforms. He doesn't have money for a lawyer and that, so he just basically have to give it up. Technically, just throw in the towel is never good. And he always complains about his. Here's another thing is really bugs me, and I seen it on other channels. We saw it recently with you know who that is sitting in jail with a double M under his record. When he saw his donors donating to other channels, he got pissed and he got angry over it. And he said, "That's my money, not their money. That's my money." That's a sign of it, not just greed. That was a sign of total entitlement. But like I said, I just came across a bunch of videos this past week. People talking about this channel on TikTok, that channel on. They're just living the entitled life. And here's another thing that really bugs me the most. When I see videos of people bragging how much welfare they get, they brag how much food stamps they get, and they just show everything what they get. And all of a sudden, when they just start bragging and bragging and bragging, then all of a sudden they start investigating. They realize they're making too much money on the videos that they were making about bragging. They lost all their food stamps and they lost all their welfare money and that. So yeah, if you're going to be greedy and you flaunt it on online, there's a good chance you will get investigated by the government for defrauding the government and all that stuff. So yeah, and of course, when you defraud your audience, like I said, when I did that live stream going out to Vegas, I kind of set up a goal and I call it the coffee fund. If you remember the coffee fund I had going, trust me, it just got out of hand. But then people just say, okay, I just made a quick 60. After YouTube took their cut, I took a quick $60, and I realized it's a reality check. And I said, "There's no way. First of all, this will never happen again. All those donations I was getting going out to Vegas and also coming home, also during the trip, I realized, it's like I said, it was easy money, but the problem was it dried up quickly. I was setting for the biggest disappointment." Which it was nice, it was unique, but I knew that the money will dry up. So it'd be back to grinding again. It's just a reality and all that stuff. Just because you start a YouTube channel, you got it monetized, and all of a sudden you're getting all these donations left and right, super thanks here, money pouring in, and I say, hey, I can quit my job. Yeah, that's a good idea. Quit your job. Because all this money will be coming in on every live stream I do. And all of a sudden you realize, there's a problem here, guys. The money is like the water levels. It started to shrink because you know why? The money starts drying up. When that money starts drying up, all of a sudden now, looks like we have to go back to work. Yeah, back to work. Go get that job and that. So I want to apologize. I started 15 minutes early because I gotta get going, do an errand here real quick. Speaking of money, I gotta go check my bank account. Just make sure I have enough to go. I should, because I didn't really go spending. I just paid a lot of bills this month early, and that. So, and I only got one bill left to pay, and I had not got my email on this already. So I just put a video over on my main channel for for the channel members and all that, and I got a reply already. But I was looking for a certain email. I usually get about this time, but I don't have it right now. It's my phone bill and that. It's for this. I usually get it like next couple of days and that. So I'll get that paid and all my bills are paid. So then I gotta start paying off my credit card bills and all that stuff. So that's why you have a job and that. So yeah, it's just too many people just thinking they're entitled to everything under the sun. You could tell that they started making good videos, good quality live streams, and donations just kept on pouring in. And all of a sudden they realized the money started drying up, the tempers are starting to flare more, and they get more angrier over that and all that stuff. And of course, I found out some of their critics decided, if they can make it easy money, I'll make it easy money. Boom, monkey see, monkey do, they say. And but they said, no, it's all for St. Jude. Yeah, right. Because that someone did the investigation. They said we never get any donations from YouTube channels or claiming from a YouTube channel. All the money comes from a bank account of some kind from a person. Usually they go by a one-time donation, a weekly donation, a monthly donation, or a yearly donation. I don't know how it's set up. I never really checked it out anyway, but yeah, it just led that person, because he defrauded. Here's another thing is there was one channel that lost everything, his whole channel, almost over 1 million plus subscribers, and he decided to do a stunt faking his girlfriend's death. And he was crying, bubbling, and all that stuff. And someone who was close to him thought he was a piece of shit about that and called him out on that. And the very next video, 3 days later, look, he's happy that he was happy go lucky, and you could tell in his voice he was really happy. We're gonna talk. We're gonna go out and get the squeegee board going and do all that goofy warlock stuff. And he lost his channel, and because he filed a false report on his death, he is he's in hot water too, facing jail time and defrauding, faking a report. Hi, Poopsie TM, how you doing? We're just doing a little something different today. We talk about greedy people here on YouTube and entitled people, and I've seen plenty of them over the years here on YouTube. I mean, see, when I have a monetized channel, when I did that goofy thing with the goals, with the YouTube goals, where I set up a goal, hold on, I set it for a low price at the time, and technically, I thought it was easy money. Yeah, it was easy money, but I had to put a reality check on myself and saying this donations is nice to have. I never received that many donations before. I just it was a reality check to myself and says this money will dry up very quick, so don't get into the demanding end of it and that. So anytime someone has a live stream coming up, it's scheduled within the next 30 minutes. Some channels will set up what they call goals, and goals are usually is how many super chats they would like to have what is the value of that super chat that they are wanting to receive, and usually, as you said, up to 3 hours. So basically, like 30 minutes before you go live, and whatever, like a few minutes, like maybe like a few minutes before you go live, and whatever time during your live stream. You can almost end it any time you want, but uh, I did it for, like they call, shit and giggles and all that stuff. We did get donations. We do appreciate them and all that stuff. Then I realized, coming home from the Vegas trip, and I said, I'm just going to ask this question. When you see somebody set up on a monetized channel, set up goals, and they ask for a value, is that a form of e-begging? The reality is, even if it's a YouTube tool, they want you to make more money. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It is a form of e-begging. That's what my opinion is, and that. So let's say if this channel was monetized, I gotta have 500 subscribers to even be eligible for super chats on this. But if I would have set a goal, set a schedule, let the clock comes down. Then I set my goals. I think I did over on the Angie and Chuck show. I said it. Hi, Mark. How you doing? And that. So basically, what it is I set up a bunch of goals, and over on the main channel, and it's just what it is. I set up a bunch of goals, and I set up for as little as $2. And I want to go lower, but YouTube will not let me set it any lower than $2. I said, okay. I set one for $5 and just asked for one super chat, and that was it. That was good, and all that stuff. So, and I just gotta remind myself, I probably won't be doing those goals as much like I would do. It was fun, but I think, in my opinion, it is a form of e-begging. Yes, Mark, I do admit the goals I set up over on the Angie and Chuck show that YouTube wants us to use. I notice a lot of channels don't use it hardly or ever use it because I never asked them because it was not my business. I don't want them to know they were aware of it. Most of them probably do know about it. They just don't use it and that. So that's and it is what it is. It's a YouTube rubber stamp form of e-begging and that. So yeah, it's a beautiful day down here. We're down here. We're going to be in the near mid 80s, but next week we're starting to get a little heat wave. We're going to start getting a little muggy down here in a way. Probably upper 80s, low 90s. If you throw in the humidity, you're talking about near upper 90s to low 100s with the and all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna get muggy. It's already muggy as it is right now. So yeah, it just a lot of channels. You can Google up. You can Google e-begging, and you'll find a lot of channels that does review critics of those channels. Anywhere from bragging about their food stamps, bragging about their entitlements and all that stuff, chewing out their audience for not donating, and just cussing them out. I said, if you guys don't donate, I may have to go find a job. Yeah, that's a good idea. Go find a job. You shouldn't have quit your job anyway. That's why I tell people, when you start a YouTube channel, don't quit your job. Just don't quit your day job because you might get lucky, but it's not going to pay your bills. The bottom line, if you make a couple bad videos, you lose a bunch of subscribers, your view counts goes down. Remember, your view counts can go up and down like this. Just because you made a video or a live stream, all of a sudden you got a lot of views, and all of a sudden, or make an edit video, you got tons of views. Oh, I'm making all this easy money and all that stuff. I'm going to quit my job, yeah, and all that stuff. Don't. Just don't. Because you know why? You're going to get the reality check. I've seen channels really quit producing videos because they get a video that has almost a couple million views. They got lucky. They got their money out on that, but the very next video, they're down to like back to a couple hundred here, a couple hundred views here, a couple hundred views there. And the reality is the money's not there either. So, yeah, it's like I said, easy come, easy go, and that. And I just got done doing a few live streams. Oh, Mark, I want to thank you for super that super thanks over on the main channel. I forgot to mention that. I better mention on this live stream, okay? So since you're here, so I'll mention it and all that. So thank you very much for that super thanks on a recent video. I think it was the Lumber King video game I recorded. So yeah, thank you very much on that one. And no, don't put. No, and another thing is, here's another thing, guys. Always be humble. Like I said, donations can and will dry up, and don't get temperamental over it. Because if you get temperamental over it, your subscribers will start to know you got an attitude change. You sound like you're starting getting greedy. You start getting an entitlement, and all of a sudden they said, "No, we're gonna hit the unsubscribe button. See you down the road. Hope your channel goes away," something like that. So. Yeah, it's just be very careful. I mean, there's nothing wrong getting donations here and there once you got your channel monetized. I mean, just have it out ready to go, and start your channel memberships and all that stuff. Maybe start a merch line, all that, but never quit your 9 to 5 or your part-time job, something like that. Just don't quit your 9 to 5. Don't quit your part-time job. Whatever you have to keep a roof over your head, food on the table, paying your bills, and a few other things, and a little fun. Just remember, YouTube revenue can dry up, and some of the big channels is also finding that out too, and they're saying their attitudes are changing and all that stuff to not very good, to a point that the loyal viewers just had enough and that. So I know we have our daily issues. It's nice to address your daily issues, but when it comes to talking about I know some people do have their financial woes once in a while. They will air it out once in a while, but then they figure out, if I cut this, I cut that, I'll have more money in my bank account. Hey, that's a good idea. And that, but getting greedy, living in entitlement is never a good idea. Because we know what happens when you get an entitled life. You're getting legal hot water without even knowing it. So if you're one of those YouTubers, TikTokers, Twitch people, Kick, whatever, stop living the entitled life, guys, guys and gals out there, because it's never good on your channel. All you're going to do is you're going to lose your loyal viewers. You're going to attract trolls more than your actual viewers. Trolls never donates anyway. Just let you guys know, they just rather just insult you and all that stuff and other stuff. So yeah, it's just be very as your creator, just create content, just create your content in that. If the donations are drying up, don't complain and bitch about it, because then that's for sure you're not going to get any more donations and that. So you're almost guaranteed you're not going to get no more donations, because your so-called biggest fan is donating money someplace else. I got asked this question a couple of times, because they noticed the super chats I was getting during my vacation, and I asked this question a couple of times. What happens if one of my donors donated, let's say X, over on our main channel, our monetized channel, and I found out through another live stream that same person donated not just X, but it's a bigger X. In other words, he donated more money to that channel instead of this channel or our channel. Would I get mad or upset? No, because it's none of my business, technically, in a way. If one person wants to donate $2 over on the main channel, but ends up donating $20 on another channel, hey, that channel maybe had better content than me or something like that. I have to look at that. Look at his content. Why is he getting more donations? Because their content could be better than yours. Or maybe he's more deserving, or maybe more humble, or something like that. Who knows? But then, like I said, to be careful of getting greedy. And once you start getting greedy, you're starting getting entitlements. Your audience is going to see it. It's going to start. The money's starting to start drying up. And if you're one of those people, Chuck, I made a suggestion for a rant live stream on this channel. Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead, make a suggestion. I might do it next week if I do homework on it and that. I did talk about a guy in Canada got arrested for defrauding his audience that he was going to raise money for St. Jude and end up keeping it himself. Never. And like I said, when you donate to charities, go to the website and just do it there. Do it the official website. Find out if it's official or not. So technically call number or something like that to verify that it's a legit one. Yeah, it could be that. I might talk about that. I'm going to give you my ish. I might talk about that in a way. I'm not a gun owner myself. I could be. It's very simple. It's just I think we need to do better to shut down all that stuff. I might consider it in the next few weeks or so, and that. So, and it's the politics of it, technically. But if I have to show a copy of the Constitution, I will show what it meant, and that. So, yeah. So, I might consider it. Uh, I might consider it in the near future for that. All right. Wow. Yeah. When you shoot a lawmaker, that's considered an assassination. Hang on a second, guys. I got to do something real quick here. Yeah, it's gonna be a topic I might talk about. I'm like I said, I'm not a gun owner, so you'd probably be best to have a guy who legally owns guns. There is channels on YouTube, but they're not monetized. But they wanted to be more entertainment and information or news worthy to keep the monetization and all that stuff. So there's a channel called the Yankee Marshal. I don't know if you heard of him or not. He does a lot of guns about talking the legal issues and all that stuff. That may be a good channel to get that information from. I'm just when I do talk about the guns, I'm going to talk about the constitutional end of it and what it meant in a way, and my overall thoughts on the situation and that. So, otherwise, on this topic, the greed and entitlements. I mean, there's channels out there. Oh, there's a phone call. See what goes on. Okay, be right back. Sorry about that. I should have let the answering machine and that. So Timeshare people called me, and I don't own timeshares. And that, I'm thinking that Angie is at, well, yeah, she is. She goes in early on Saturdays and Sundays. So, oh, yeah, timeshare people. That's what the call's about. Right? I have my own issue with timeshare people. Yeah, scam calls. That's right. Yeah, so, yeah, we had the 5th anniversary from that just a couple weeks ago, actually. And there was a couple marches, but nothing around here, technically, in a way. Yeah. Talk about taking advantage of the situation. I couldn't believe how many donations I got from that march. I think I made like $150 on that live stream, and I did not have a very good camera, and I didn't have what they call a gimbal in that, so I didn't have all that fancy equipment at the time. Had a bad cell phone. It was one of those prepaid cell phones, so yeah, I had to do what I could, the best I could on it. But yeah, I think I made over $150 in donations in that. So, uh, like I said, donations do dry up. It did dry up immediately after that. That, and it does. It set me straight. It said, "Wow, I made all that money too." I forgot about that live stream where I had all kinds of donations coming in, not just on the website, but they were going into my PayPal too. So, yeah, so that was kind of different in that. So, but yeah, don't get greedy out there, guys. Just don't ever get greedy on your. Just create your content. If you get your super thanks, consider as a tip that you made out a good video. If you're live streaming and they give you a super chat, just consider that as a thank you for a great live stream. You got to remember, you're not entitled to a fortune or somebody's entire bank account. Just create your content. Focus what got you. Just focus on what got you to those donations, and just stay focused on that. Don't get greedy over it, and and just don't be entitled to it. And that don't be demanding. If the money dries up, don't get angry over it, because uh, it just tells you you're in it for the money. You're not in it for the creating content. Also, now you are demanding money. You go check all these whatever videos you have seen, start in the early years and see how good they were creating the content and all that stuff, and just follow along, and you can tell their attitudes has changed when they got all those donations, they got all those super chats, they got all this, all that, and all of a sudden, it the money pit, the money tree is now gone, and all that stuff. So the money tree is gone, and now you're temperamental over it and that. So, and like I said, yeah, it's always best to be lucky here on YouTube. Just don't get the greed to set in, and don't live the entitlement, because it's never good. Because you can end up losing your channel, your livelihood, and that dream job that you quit. Yeah, what's the chance of them hiring you back and that? And that. So, like I tell people, if you're gonna start, if they think about starting a YouTube channel, number one rule is don't quit your 9 to 5. Don't quit your whatever job you have, because that's going to be a lifeline. That's going to be your main lifeline. If you do get lucky and make a lot of money here on YouTube, either through ad revenues, donations, super thanks, all that stuff, just remember is this: the money will dry up. Your ad revenues always fluctuate, and of course, as more people enters the YouTube uh, monetization program that they have, it's just add more people on that money, and there's be less money to split up and all that stuff. When I see him, I'm going to give you a little honest truth on this. when a big channel got lost their channel, a big channel, we're talking about in the millions, it somewhere around maybe 1 or 2 million subscribers, got so hateful, got so greedy. Their channel got removed from YouTube, and because of that, everybody saw a slight jump in ad revenues in the following month because they lost that big channel. So the ad revenues got divided up even bigger for the rest of YouTube creators, including the small channels. And yes, I have seen a small bump on my ad revenues going up, just a little bit, until some of those channels gets bigger and bigger. That means they'll get more money, they'll get a bigger cut, and we'll get and our slice of pie gets a little bit smaller, but still up there in a way. But we're not. Our ad revenues over on the main channel does not pay for rent. It does not pay for the phone, and does not pay for anything else. And it just gives us extra money to when we need it. Usually, I put it towards. I usually put it in like for camera equipment, gimbals that help me make me pay this phone bill once in a while. All that stuff. Pop in new computer in the future, and all that stuff. And it's called still have to work for it in a way. Just continue grinding videos. Hold that job, even if it's part time. Hold that job, and make sure that pays all your bills. And don't get greedy on your. Just don't be demanding on that, guys. Because if you're going to be one of those people that is going to be sound greedy, well, your money tree is just now disappeared. It's gone. It's gone someplace else. It's gone to another channel. And that you want to at least save yourself a branch, okay, on that money tree. But yeah, don't get greedy, guys, in that. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta do a quick errand. Hope you guys find this informative. Oh, by the way, the YouTube goals, I'm just going to put it under your opinion. It is YouTube's idea. It is a YouTube attachment. The goals. Is it a form of e-begging? Yes or no? And all that stuff. So feel free to comment on that. I haven't used it since a trip from Las Vegas. That's like almost a month and a half ago already. Wow. Time's been flying fast already, and that. So, happy Flag Day, America, go, go. Yep, it is Flag Day and Father's Day tomorrow. Yep, it is Flag Day and Father's Day tomorrow down here in the States and that. So, happy birthday to Old Glory, they say. All right, we're out of here. We'll talk to you on the next one. Don't know I'll be on next week or not, but if I go on, it may be either earlier or later. It all depends on I'm in the mood for it because I really got a busy week next week. All right. We are out of here. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe on the notification bell. We'll talk to you on the next one.